is Patton from naturalrunningstore.com, and today's video review is for the Inov8 Road-X Lite 155. This is a shoe that came out just a few weeks ago, kind of one of the more anticipated shoes this year, and certainly in kind of more that natural and minimalist running category. It has not failed to live up to the hype or the expectation. This shoe is just dynamite. Consider ourselves really fortunate here that we get to kind of have the pick of the litter and pick the things that we really like. Not only shoes that we think are good, but actually shoes that we would wear. And the Inov8 155, the Road-X 155, certainly falls into that category. A few things that are just fantastic about this shoe. One, the weight is just exceptionally light. It is as light, if not lighter, than any other racing flat that's on the market right now. But there are a few really big differences between this and maybe some other racing flat style shoes. One is, if you have a normal person size foot, or a shoe that, maybe a foot that runs just a little bit on the wider side, getting into a racing flat style shoe was just totally out of the question. And with the Road-X 155, that couldn't be further from the truth. The front part of the shoe runs a little wider, and even more so than maybe some of the more popular Inov8 style shoes, especially like the 195 and the Lite 230. This is going to run a little wider in the forefoot. The other thing that is kind of takes us to the next level in terms of racing flat style shoes is the heel to toe drop is only 3 millimeters. Most traditional running companies are going to keep that heel to toe drop really similar as to what they do with their other models. So Inov8 made a shoe that is going to be a lot closer to level. So you have more of a level feel. You have a wider platform. Inov8 doesn't have to put out any specs on what the durometer of the foam is. It's got a soft feel to it, but it's definitely not kind of that overly cushioned feel to it. The other thing that I really like about this shoe that I wasn't sure that I would like is, let's see, give it a little bit of angle there. So the base of the shoe is very flat. There's very little texture to it. My initial thought was, could that make it a little bit, slippery in some instances? But it's the exact opposite. It actually gives it a really sticky and a really grippy feeling. My big tell when I get tired is I tend to scuff or to drag my feet. So something like this acts almost like an eraser or like a brake. It gives you really instant feedback. There are a number of companies that have got a ton of lugs and things like that. This has just got that really flat, consistent feel to it. This is also one of those tools that is kind of that next step. So for people who are interested in transitioning to more of a more efficient running style, and you go from maybe a more traditional shoe to something that's just a little lighter, well, this is a great next step. The other area where we've seen these be really effective is for people who'd been running in something like a Vibram 5 Fingers or a Vivo Barefoot, something that was really close to the ground, that really true minimal, just a piece of rubber. People who fared really well on trails oftentimes stick with that, but who are also putting in a lot of road miles, sometimes but not always, prefer just a little bit of cushion or substance between them and and a little bit more of a firm ground. So the Inov8 Road-X 155, available now. If you have any questions about this shoe, its best use, its best applications, always please feel free to reach out to us and enjoy. Cheers.